Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere Akim, teaching and truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled The Just Lord. Lord will you are edified. Video was inspired from the YouTube platform pages, Twisted Crimes Official, for use. Horror crash kills four friends who were coming back home from vacation, for use.
Oh, yeah. No! Please, sorry. Fuck.
So let's run it back.
Oh, yeah. No! Please, sorry. Fuck.
This is the story of four young women who were coming back home from a road trip where they went to visit a grieving friend but unfortunately did not make it back home due to the negligence of a driver who was on his phone. The Altima's driver, Monique Johnson, 20, and passengers Lakeisha Brown, 18, Brianna Brantley, 31, and 28-year-old Taylor White were pronounced dead at the scene even though they were all wearing seatbelts during the accident. These women set out on what should have been a normal road trip. It was supposed to be an ordinary drive, a simple moment in time where friends were together, laughing, traveling, and looking forward to whatever was waiting for them at the other end of the road. But on a stretch of highway in the Texas Panhandle, that ordinary trip became a tragedy that would leave four families shattered and an entire community asking how something so devastating could happen so suddenly. Lakeisha Brown was just 19 years old. She was the youngest in the group, still at the beginning of her adult life, full of plans and energy. Monique Johnson was 22, described by friends as outgoing and loyal, the kind of person who kept everyone connected. Taylor White was 27, more settled, more experienced, often seen as the grounding presence in the group. Brianna Brantley was 30, the oldest of the four, often described as protective and nurturing, someone who looked out for
The worst state to live in right now is Mississippi, and nobody's talking about it.
the others. They were close friends from the Houston area, traveling together late in the year, sharing music, conversation, and the comfort that comes with being with people you trust. At some point during the drive, something went wrong with their car. The Nissan Altima they were riding in developed a flat tire while traveling on US Highway 87 near Dalhart, Texas. The driver slowed down and moved into the right lane. Hazard lights were turned on.
Yeah, that is. Oh.
They were doing what anyone would do in that situation, trying to stay safe, trying to manage a mechanical problem on a busy highway. Behind them, an 18-wheeler hauling a load of potatoes was approaching. According to investigators and later court filings, the semi-truck did not slow down in time. Whether the driver was distracted, driving too fast, or simply failed to react quickly enough, the result was catastrophic. The truck slammed into the back of the Altima at full speed. The impact crushed the smaller car, pushing it violently forward and across lanes. The force was so severe that the Altima was destroyed almost instantly. The semi itself flipped onto its side after the collision. All four women were pronounced dead at the scene. There was no chance for rescue, no chance for emergency crews to intervene. Their lives ended in seconds. The driver of the semi survived with injuries, but the four women inside the Altima did not. When word reached their families, shock quickly turned into
Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. The just Yahweh, just, meaning what? He's righteous. And reward and judgment is based on his laws, statutes, and his commandments. So if one is doing righteous, of course, they will be rewarded. And if one is doing wickedness, they will be judged. And this is a form of judgment. The just Yahweh is in the midst thereof, so he doesn't become emotional regarding his law, statutes, and his commandments. Okay, it is what it is. He will not do iniquity. Every morning does he bring his judgment to light. He fails not, but the unjust knows no shame. And if you can receive this in the spirit, right? Those four individuals that were killed was based on judgment. Okay. Let's go to, is it Isaiah chapter? I think it's in the book of Job. Job chapter 4 and verse 7. Remember, I pray you, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? So the righteous would never be cut off. And at this time frame, the Most High is only dealing with the elect of Israel, the Israel of the Most High, starting with the 144,000. Okay? All right, so let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. And chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, right? So the angels, all right, or an angel orchestrated all of this based on the will of the Most High. Now, for these four individuals that were judged, okay, the sore stroke was when that truck, okay, crushed them, okay, ran directly over them. That was the sore stroke. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force. So at that very time, at that very moment, on that interstate, okay, it was designed for them to be there because the Most High was going to judge them, right? And appease the wrath of him that made them, the angels, okay? And let's go to Psalm 103 and 20. Bless Yahweh, you his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, listening unto the voice of his word. All right, so the Most High gave the order, and an angel or angels, okay, assisted with this process for these individuals to be judged. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Remember, death is also created for vengeance. Now let's go to Numbers chapter 14 and verse 18. Yahweh is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children unto the third and fourth generation. This supports what? Reincarnation. So everyone comes back on earth around the third or fourth generation. And again, and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, the gun, the crossbow, okay, punishing the wicked to destruction. So those individuals, right, were wicked, right? How do you know? Look how they went out. So let's go back to Job chapter 4 and verse 7. Remember, I pray you, whoever perished, being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Going back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and 30. They shall rejoice in his commandments. Who? The mighty angels. And they shall be ready on earth when need is. For example, those individuals that were judged, okay, using what? that 18-wheeler. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word, meaning they do any and everything to appease the Most High. That's why when we go back to Psalm, right, chapter 103 and verse 20, an attribute of the angels listening unto the voice of his word. They shall not transgress his word, right? So when we go back to the initial precept in Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 5, the just Yahweh is in the midst of. He will not do iniquity. So if the Most High is in the midst of any and everything that happens on earth, the Most High is in the midst of it. Okay, he's in the middle of it. He's in the midst of it. He designed it. He created it, and he ended it. Okay. Every morning does he bring his judgment to light. He fails not, but the unjust know no shame. And that's the reason why those individuals were killed, right? Because they were wicked. Lord will, this was edifying. Shalom.